I'm like, let's do it.
I was watching that Cougar Town or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's like, they say that it's 4 glasses. She's like, I can only get 1.5.
That's what Kitty said the one day.
That was awesome.
That was one of the trivia questions too. How many
glasses?
How many glasses? And Kitty's like, well, just
Okay.
one.
Here we go.
I am Rosie Stubbs, looking to hire representatives for Avon. 772-778-5277. For the iTex trading community, your iTex dollars are welcome.
We are, that's right. You're back. You're listening to the Vero Insider. Anna Valencia on the microphone, here to engage you in what to try, where to go, and how to give back in Indian River County. I'm sitting with the professor from Blue Star Wine Bar, Eric in the house. You're so handsome.
Well, thank you.
I've never seen your hair in a ponytail before. I kind of dig it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like it.
Good. I'm glad you do. Some people are adverse to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps they just don't know you like I do.
Yeah, they want their curls to flow freely.
I do.
That's it.
I try, but not on a day like today. No,
No,
we
it's
tuck that puppy back in there and just keep it away. Keep it away. Now, we were actually just discussing before going to break that we wanted to make it our personal mission on this show to put Australia back on the map because they produce delicious wines that are so relevant for our weather right now.
They really do, and this one here, the Shiraz Grenache blend from McLaren Vale, and it's produced by the Darrenberg vineyard. That's been over 100 years in the winemaking business.
So they kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Numerous awards and accolades, and still to this day, I mean, not a year goes by without this vineyard being recognized for their exemplary wines and winemaking processes. This one, for example, they use a wader-clad, foot-trod fermentation where they actually crush the grapes by foot.
Right, I've seen that, and I Love Lucy. That's about it. That's the only time I've seen it. Well, there you go. Exactly. That's my girl Vicky, keeping the river beautiful. So I was reading when I was doing some research on Australia's wines that back in like the 19th century, there was a big mass plague that had crossed on a bunch of the vines throughout Europe, and so the only vines that they could go to for the vineyards were in Australia.
Yeah, they survived a lot of the phylloxera epidemic and some of the blight diseases that affected a lot of the Europe's classic vines.
Really? So now, with that being said, they then produce a lot of, they have a lot of old vines within Australia that produce a different level of juice, if you will.
They really do. They only produce so many grapes on a vine cluster, and the flavors and tannins are really concentrated in these wines, and the quality is really exceptional.
It is gorgeous, and we've talked on the show before because the professor knows my palate so well, and trust me, he's going to know yours too when you go into Blue Star. Just tell him what you're feeling like, and you can get something amazing. But the Grenache does an amazing job at rounding this out and softening the jamminess of the Shiraz.
It sure does, because the Shiraz traditionally, they're really big and bold and
right.
And should be put away maybe for a couple of years before being drank. But the Grenache allows you to drink this one right out of the bottle.
Oh, you know what else I read about? Because I love reading about wine in my pastime. Do you know why they lay bottles down on the side rather than have them standing up?
I do, but does the audience?
I don't know, do they?
I don't.
Well, let's share, shall we? Because I have a different wine trivia question. I know you're all itching for wine trivia. Hold it, folks.
This isn't going to be the wine trivia question?
No, I think it would be too long.
You're so devious.
I try. So what is it, Professor?
I believe that it's from preventing the cork from drying out and falling apart while they're just resting.
Muy bien, señor professor.
Gracias.
You're so smart. Yeah, who wants dry cork? Who wants dry anything, really? Come on. I think that's what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
Right, so you got to keep it on its side. Now, we were just discussing about the upcoming art display exhibit that's going to be going on from present day up through May. And it's using all recycled pieces to make marionette artwork. And they are going to collaborate with Keep Indian River Beautiful, who is the Heedy Award winner for the month of March on behalf of Gerard Equipment. And you're going to be able to have this amazing collaboration, and it's daily, and it's with kids, artistic children in our own community. They're going to make these marionettes.
Yep.
And going to come into your store, which is located in the mall.
Yep.
which you have tons of fabric, tons of corks. Speaking of corks, oh my gosh.
Yes.
A lot of corks. You know what you can do with the corks? You can make chalkboards. What else have you made them with in there?
Oh, I've made borders, frames, all kinds of stuff. Corks are wonderful because you can push things into them, like pins and
Right.
stuff.
They really are the perfect artistic staple, huh?
Yeah, so your leftover corks, you can always donate them to
We
keep in
we
your
have
river
plenty.
table.
Yeah, I'd love to
There's
donate
a
some.
few
Yeah.
at Blue Star.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just a few.
For the record, there are a few. Oh, you know what else is coming up? Over at Sandridge, it's like the premier public golf course here in Indian River County. It's on 58th Avenue, just south of the fairgrounds. And they're doing their one-day schools to help you learn to play better golf, work on your putting, your chipping, your pitching, full swing fundamentals. And that's going to be held on February 28th. The spots are almost filled up, so it's important that you go to the VeroInsider.com and you click on the Sandridge link and sign up for that, because who doesn't need just a little? And
That
you're
sounds
working
like
with
fun.
professionals. I mean, the golf pros, Bellinaghi, he's so involved in our community, but he's there hands on with you. And I mean, yeah. And
Yeah,
it's a one dayer. I've got time for one day.
me too.
I'm an expert in anything in one day. That's what I say. Yeah, it's the American way, darn it. It's what we do best. So, do you want to talk some wine trivia?
I do.
Right, okay. Well, we're sipping on Australia. We're encouraging everyone to go to Blue Star and try this amazing Shiraz Grenache blend.
Just so they get an idea, I'm picking up maybe some notes of blueberry, maybe a little licorice in here, and a hint of chocolate at the end.
Oh, really? You think that hint of chocolate finished it, huh?
Yeah.
I like the blueberry in the forefront, though. It does definitely have those characteristics, for sure. But let's talk Australia. Australia's been producing wine, obviously we've talked about that, for a really, really long time. But in the ranking of wine producing countries, where does Australia fall currently? That's a good question.
It's a lot of countries,
There's a lot of countries.
wine producing countries.
Most of them do it.
I know.
Did you know I once saw a wine come out from China now? Like, I'm not sure. I pulled the bottle, but, maybe that one just needed to age a little bit.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Some of the northern states here in the U.S. are producing some pretty good wines too.
I do like some of, like, New York State. They do a great wine. They tend to be a little lighter and a little sweeter, but that's okay if that's what your forte is.
Yeah.
You make what the people are going to drink in your neck of the woods. That's what I would do. Make a few bucks.
Yeah, that would be perfect for someone who's not into the big bold reds.
That would be my Vicky's wine.
Yeah.
That's right.
That would be her on a red.
And I have to say, when I went to the Blue Star and I met with Kitty there, she was actually, I said, well, I like the rosés, I'm a Zinfandel, I'm kind of a sweeter, softer wine, and she picked this wonderful one for me.
And that's really a skill set that Blue Star brings to the table.
And her palate is unmatched.
It's exceptional.
It's outrageous.
I just love Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, hello, there's live music. We all meet up there. It's live music every night. They're open now Monday through Saturday in the
6
night.
days a week.
Mm-hmm. And serving lunches. So there's really no reason to not go and do a pairing and have a little fun.
Now's
Yeah.
the perfect time of the year, so if you haven't been, come stop by.
I agree. Where else do we need to go? Oh, Foxy Nails. What's up? Did you see how fantastic these look?
They do.
Wow.
They're very nice.
Silver sparkle tips, little artwork on there. This is something fancy. Now, Foxy Nails is right over in the Fresh Market. And if you do a little name dropping, which, there's nothing wrong with that. A little say Vero Insider, see what happens. There might be a little savings, a little bonus, a little something special. I would do it just to see what happens.
Right?
And I would go to Foxy Nails because it's only the best nail salon in all of town.
I might actually go just because.
I was there last week, and they had a couple of men there, getting their pedicures.
I was going to ask.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And they had like the little kids booth, like little seat with the massager for the kids, so you can
That's
go with your
sweet.
child. It's very adorable.
How about a date? The guys go with their chicks at all?
Yeah, and you know what? They even serve booze.
Oh,
No.
They
Yeah.
do.
Serious?
Who wants a margarita when you're
Wow.
getting the pedicure? I do.
Yeah.
Hello. You go make it a date thing? I think it's genius. We just know what we're doing because it's the Vero Insider. That's what we do here. If you're going to have a pedicure, it might as well be phenomenal. You might as well walk out with a little glow in your cheeks. You know what I mean? A little something special. Okay, well, so let's redo this wine trivia question because I don't want anyone to miss out on this, because if you get it right, it's free drinks at Blue Star Wine Bar. So what is the ranking within wine-producing countries of Australia? All right, so we want to know that. You're going to hit us up on Facebook at the Vero Insider or at Blue Star. And if you want to find out more about Keep Indian River Beautiful, how to become a sponsor, how to volunteer, the Great American Cleanup, and so many other great things are coming up, they can visit kirb.org
Yep.
or just visit you at the store anytime, right?
Yep, that's right. Tuesday through Friday, 1 to 5, or Saturday, 10 to 3.
Those are my kind of hours.
The store actually did it does an average of 3.5 tons a year we save out of the local landfill.
Just by reusing
Right.
our
Donating
local
it to the store. So instead of throwing it into the trash, if it's reusable, bring it to us.
Wow, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
a
know I'm gonna
big
bring my
impact.
corks.
Thank you.
And we
I
contribute.
have a lot of ladies that will thank you. I have waiting lists for corks.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
This
bring
is
some in.
making connections
Perfect
happen here
partnership.
at the Vero Insider. That's what we do best.
I have artists that may use some bottles too.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking
Damn.
about.
We have a few of those too.
Uh-huh. We'll see you all soon. Vero Insider. Cheers.
Cheers.
Whoop, whoop.
Perfect.